Welcome to the SFL Today. Breaking down all of the early game action with analysis and statistics. Tonight, your guest analyst is Alex Bond. And I'm your host and play-by-play commentator for tonight's game, Cameron Irvine. What a day so far, SFL Nation. Alex, you are on with us. How you doing, man? Alex?
Sorry, it cut out.
Okay.
I was in the Discord, please.
How you doing, man?
Doing fine, doing great. Glad to be here.
You're going to hit the field for the first time on Tuesday night with Tallahassee, right?
Yes, I will.
That's a big game for the Pride and Queen City. And Chris Curtis has that call on Tuesday night. But today, we've had 5 games already. Isn't it crazy? I mean, it's like the NFL never left with all these games going on in the afternoon.
Indeed.
Do you ever, a message in Stevens, by Stevens' comment, do you ever tell people that you're Bond, Alex Bond?
Well, it's an internet alias, so I've made a joke a few times. I usually try to make the 007 joke more often because I think it's funnier. But I have said it a few times. I use this name in competitive video games.
Okay, good. Awesome. Because how could you miss the opportunity? All right, first up, recapping what happened earlier today. The Vancouver Legion and the Oklahoma City Renegades dueled in Oklahoma, and what looked like was going to be a really opportunistic game for Vancouver turned into just as much disaster for them. Pete Bruschi went down in the first quarter, and then shortly thereafter, Ivan Sanchez went down in the second quarter. Both were lost for the game. And Alex, I got to tell you, in all the years of the SFL, I'm not sure that we've ever had a game where both starting running backs got knocked out. Play was a little sloppy, but the difference, as we were talking about earlier, was Joseph Redfeather.
Yeah, you know, it's real interesting when you have two teams that are pretty good at running the ball, I'd say. And when one of your primary weapons goes down, it should spell doom. But Joseph Redfeather just stepped up and he's like, nah, we're good. Only threw 3 incompletions, no picks. Insane game.
And he somehow did not come away with a perfect quarterback rating. I don't even know how All-Pro says that that's not a perfect game because that's about as close as perfection as you can get. And he really was the difference. A 31-7 victory for Oklahoma City. For the first time in franchise history, the Renegades are 2-0, Alex.
And, you know, that's always a good mark here in the SFL because with so few games and every game needs to count, jumping 2-0 to start the season just, you know, really puts you at the head of the conference.
Of course, Ivan Sanchez and Pete Bruschi will be back next week. The Renegades will have a test at Dallas, their first road game, and it will be Dallas's 3rd straight home game to start the season. Of course, when we released the schedule, we knew it was going to be kind of a crazy year for Dallas. A lot of games at home early on, but then a lot of tough road trips later on in the season. So that was a look at Oklahoma City, Vancouver. Caleb Hamby today was over 100 yards for the Renegades, as it wasn't as much Tiberius Bovine and Pete Bruschi as it was in week 1, like it was Julian Whelan, Joseph Redfeather, and Caleb Hamby in week 2. Also, Billy Joe Casper forced 2 fumbles today, and he may be the first player in league history to force 2 fumbles in a game. I don't remember ever seeing it. I don't think we have that record on file, but that's crazy, Alex. I mean, he was all over the place.
You know, when I was watching all these games today, I actually saw, I saw one in from Cleveland.
Yeah. There was one in Alaska and Sioux Falls, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of fumbles today. I guess running backs decided to put some grease on their gloves or something.
A lot of turnovers, too. It was a very sloppy day for offenses across the league. Okay, moving on. Chicago and St. Louis. St. Louis hoping that they could get past their demons from that 52-7 loss to Queen City. Better this week, but not where they want to be. That's for sure. 44-20, another hammer against the Gladiators' defense as Chicago gets the running game going today. Deion Hawkins had over 200 yards rushing after he struggled in Week 1 against the Cleveland Stallions. And while St. Louis hung around for 2.5 quarters, this was all about Chicago and getting to 2-0 and saying, Tallahassee, you're next.
And I think especially compared to last week, what's helping us out here in Chicago is E.T. King. He only threw 1 pick.
Right.
He threw 5 last week. That almost sunk them, gave Cleveland the time to try and make a comeback. But, he shorted up. Running game was beautiful here. And St. Louis is also showing a much better game this week.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think as time goes on, they're only going to get better and better and more competitive.
Especially offensively, Evan Murr looked like he had a spring in his step today. Ethan Alexander played a more efficient game, found a lot of different targets down the field. Still got to get, I feel like, Elijah Swaim involved a little bit more in the passing game because he is their one deep down the field weapon, and he's been well covered by St. Louis's first opponent, Chicago and Queen City. And St. Louis has to run into Atlanta in Week 3. They just don't catch a break because the Atlanta Swarm are looking fierce, Alex. For the first time in league history, Atlanta scores 38 points in the second quarter. It was a record for points in a quarter, and Atlanta did that by forcing fumbles on kickoff returns and pick sixes, and they were doing all kinds of things today, and we have that box score rundown for you from Cleveland and Atlanta. 348 yards through the air and 211 on the ground. Atlanta was balling today.
And, it was more just a comedy of errors coming from this Cleveland squad. They just couldn't stop Atlanta's offense, and when they took to the field, they'd usually either turn the ball over or just not get things done. And I think the thing that really tells this is that Cleveland only got 21 rushing yards on 11 attempts.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be better. Cleveland, 2 weeks in a row, the running game has really struggled with David Overstreet. Maybe they find a new user to become a running back and bring some life into that rushing attack. But Overstreet, he just looks like an aging veteran that just appears to be done after his ferocious years in Louisville. We'll see if Cleveland can turn around that rushing attack. They were beat by about 6 minutes in time of possession today. Mac Wavy Jr. did move the ball a lot, but tough turnovers. And then we got to give a shout out to Mahmoud Ajlani, I believe is the way to say his name. 2 picks today, including his first career pick 6. He had 91 interception return yards, and BDG Hollywood was an absolute monster. Any further thoughts on this game, Alex, or should we move on?
Well, I do like to say, though, I see where they're going with this.
With what? Atlanta? Alex, did we lose you? We must have
a bunch of people walked into the room. Yeah, that's what happens when you. Anyway, this thing is, I see where Cleveland is trying to go with this offense. They're obviously, he's trying to say Mac Wavy Jr. He is a veteran quarterback, and he's done some stuff in the past, and they're just saying we're going to do some short passes, try to get the ball rolling, but it's just not working all the time.
No, it's not. At least not enough to win games, and Mac Wavy Jr. has got to figure out how to limit the turnovers, and that's been a common theme this week. But now to the 2 games that had a lot of people's focus and attention today. The San Antonio Vaqueros, after they went to Oklahoma City and really couldn't get a lot of offense going early, hosted the Mexico City Aztecs, who looked dominant in their Week 1 win over Vancouver in a 34-13 win there. But this game was nothing dominating by either team. This game was neck and neck, close every step of the way. Our first overtime game in the season. In the end, the Mexico City Aztecs spoiled the San Antonio Vaqueros party. A 31-28 overtime victory. They won the coin toss. They drove down and kicked a field goal. Ryan Moxon at tight end had 151 yards and a touchdown for for Mexico City today. Matt Wilson, 351 yards. He filled the stat sheet. And Jared Olson for San Antonio, welcome to the league. He had an 84-yard pick six, as we saw a lot of pick sixes around the league today. Both teams rushed for over 100 yards. Mexico City had some turnover problems, but despite that, we're able to get the win. Alex, what'd you think of this game?
You know, I love this game. It was such a fun game to watch because, you know, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I believe they entered 21-21 and both scored. I'm sorry, no, they entered the fourth quarter tied. I thought of it wrong.
Yeah, it was 28-28. I mean, it was the same, right circumstance, wrong score.
I mean, these offenses came out rolling, and then as time went on, they just got a little worse and a little worse. Like the defensive coordinators started getting a beat on what the offense was trying to do. But near the end, when we went in the overtime, Mexico City took that return real far and just went straight down to get that field goal.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to return it for a touchdown. I don't think we've ever had an overtime game ended on a kickoff return for a score, because obviously you would have to do it at the start of overtime since the first score wins. So that would have been pretty crazy. What was interesting about this game to me is that first downs were even. Time of possession was off by 4 seconds. I mean, these two teams really played a good game, and I can't wait for the rematch in Mexico City later this season.
I feel like this game is the beginning of what may become a classic rivalry here in the SFL.
Yeah, definitely had the feelings of one today. The last game to break down from our earlier games was one that had Ivan Sanchez almost having a heart attack in his first play-by-play called game. Sioux Falls and Alaska. The Storm up 21-0, pulled a Houston against Alaska from last playoffs and completely and utterly imploded. Lost the game 38-27 for Sioux Falls, a 104-yard interception return for a touchdown sealed the deal by a reserve player. 7 turnovers for Alaska turned into 24 points for Sioux Falls, and that just goes to show you, Alex, 24 of 38 Sioux Falls points were because Alaska just gave them to them.
Ain't that the truth? And we look at here, though, Alaska had like 8 minutes longer in time of possession.
Crazy.
Sorry, 7 minutes, more like, in time of possession over Sioux Falls. And you look at the number of snaps they played, Alaska played over 70. And then Sioux Falls got like 50 or so.
Twice as many first downs, too. 26 first downs for Alaska in a loss.
But Alaska only scored 2 field goals in the second half, with Sioux Falls getting over 28 points.
Incredible. Yeah, Sioux Falls, their secondary was outstanding. A.J. Levy and Adam Okoye combined for 4 of those 7 interceptions. Julian Tyree had a really rough first half, but he cleaned it up in the second half. Kevin Clancy stepped up, though, as I gave him a typo there on his box score. Sorry, Kevin. But 197 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns after he was bogged down against Houston last week. He really shined in that second half.
And, you know, I feel like part of this game was, you know, you have Ron Cochran. He's a rookie, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And the offensive coordinator, I feel, as the game started going downhill in the second half, he just started freaking out and tries giving the ball to Cochran. But as we saw last week, Alaska can get a lot done just by handing the ball off to Odom. So I wonder how much of this loss could be faulted on just maybe the play calling just got a little freaked out near the end. But also, you know, we have to credit just the Sioux Falls defense putting the clamps down and getting all those turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming up next, it's Houston and Dallas from Mullinex Oil Field. Alex, your thoughts on this game before we head out to Big D?
Oh, you know, we saw what seemed like a disappointing game from Dallas, but you know, you have to realize Dallas is this team that's going all in on the passing offense. When they're going to be on, they're going to be on. So I'm expecting a big high-scoring game from tonight. It's going to be a real beauty.
Houston and Dallas played in 2 games last season. They were 2 of the best games of Season 8. What is in store for us tonight? Alex, thanks for being here on SFL Today. Appreciate all your analysis from today's early games.
Thank you, Cam. I'm glad to be here.
All right,
Lovely.
Alex, take care and good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Houston and Dallas is coming up next from Big D. This has been a presentation of the SFL Today, and your Sunday night game of the week is next.
Jefferson into the open field. No one's going to touch him. Mark it up. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
40, the 30, and he is gone to the house. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
Tipped and picked off by Colin Douglas, who's going to take it back all the way.
No pass caught. First down. What a move. Dr. Sim, get out of here. The doctor is in for the touchdown. Welcome to Mullinex Soil Field for tonight's Week 2 Sunday Game of the Week between the Houston Hyenas and the Dallas Ruffnecks. Good evening, SFL Nation. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Tonight, the Houston Hyenas go for 2-0 as Cody Cantrell, Kit Moore, and company will be taking on rookie sensations Shabazz Synergy, Jonathan Concord, and Chase Jefferson. The coin toss is next, live on the SFL Network on YouTube. Dallas wins the toss, they will receive. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for football. The ball is on a tee from Houston. Kick it! We're underway. Chase Jefferson back to return. 25, 30, 35, up to the 40-yard line for Dallas. Shabazz Synergy starts with excellent field position. The Dallas Ruffnecks in the special black and white. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. Uniforms, old school from the Ruffnecks. Houston in the gold helmets, white jerseys, gold pants with the red numbers And red and gold trim. First down and 10 for Dallas. Shabazz Synergy will start the night off with a pass and a completion to the outside for a pickup of 6 yards. Second down and 4 coming your way as we are just getting started here in Dallas. Let's meet the Roughneck offense. At wide receivers, Juan Bosco is number 10, who had that last reception. J.J. Howland, number 11. Lawrence Kirkland at tight end, where's number 84. Jonathan Concord is number 87 on the outside with Synergy under center. Synergy will take a quarterback keeper up the middle, and he got a first down. Synergy, who had 34 yards on 12 carries, picks up 4 on his first carry of the evening, and Dallas avoids a 3-and-out against this vicious Houston Hyena defense. Two receivers, one to either side. And Synergy will drop back to pass. Synergy going deep down the middle of the field, wide open. It's caught by Kirkland down to the Houston 21-yard line for a Roughneck first down. Lawrence Kirkland, who had 2 touchdowns last week in his first game, playing tight end in his first game with this Dallas Roughneck organization, catches a monster throw down the middle of the field, and Dallas is nearing the red zone. A quarterback sneak for Synergy, and this time he's wrapped up. Only a gain of 1 yard. Really nice job by that Houston defensive front, and they are going to need to have a good night tonight against Synergy. And that quarterback sneak attack, the Houston Hyena defense has Tyleek Jones and Aaron Arrington in the secondary, along with Blake Chance and Joakim Rose. Linebackers are Carson Delahart and Darian Bowles. Back to pass. Synergy with pressure at his feet, and that pass is incomplete. Third down and 9 coming up as Rose, just announced, deflects that pass away. Kit Moore, number 63, is also a defensive tackle. He's a Gold. So watch out for him tonight, getting pressure on Shabazz. There's a look at Concord. I'm calling these the zebra uniforms for the Roughnecks. This is a trip. 4 down linemen for Houston. 8:53 to go in the first quarter. Synergy will go play action on 3rd down and 9. The pass is picked up at the 15-yard line and returned up to the 22. Interception made by Jamie Lewis, the 3rd corner on the squad. And he was sitting in the slot. The pass intended for Miles Morales, and he takes it the other way, and the game starts with a defensive stand for the Hyenas. That brings out Cody Cantrell, who was number 10, the Houston Hyena quarterback. Spent time in Houston and in D.C. over the seasons, goes empty backfield, 5 wide, and Cantrell's pass up the middle is caught for a first down and a pickup of 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 4 for Houston. That was Jordan on that reception. Cantrell in his career, 611 completions, 887 attempts, 6,463 yards, 35 touchdowns and 41 interceptions, although he did not have an interception last week in their win at Sioux Falls. 2 in the backfield, handoff to Choice. William Choice wrapped up behind the line. That's a loss of a yard. Will bring up a 3rd down and 5 as Bacon brings it home. Big 3rd down coming up here for Houston. That Dallas Roughneck defense in the secondary, Troy LaShaw and Jace Jefferson, a couple of the strongest safeties this league has ever seen. Zenosika and June Fierro are at the corners. Heath McDaniel Sr. and Bobby Law are the linebackers. Cantrell hit as he threw, and it's 4th down. Both defenses coming up with some big-time stops here in the first quarter, but the Hyenas are forced into a 3-and-out. Make sure to get on simulationfl.net tonight. All of the box scores from the early games are already in and calculated into our leaderboards. simulationfl.net. .net is your home for everything Simulation Football League. On the return is Jefferson, and Jefferson fumbled the football. It is recovered by Houston at the Dallas 35. Woodson on the recovery. And how about that from the Hyenas? They forced 2 turnovers in the first quarter as the theme of the day, turnovers, continues to reign supreme here on the Game of the Week. A.J. Levy fumbled a kickoff return earlier today, and Jace Jefferson now fumbling a punt return, and Houston's got split backs in excellent field position against a late blitz. That pass is caught, turning the corner down the sideline of the 19-yard line. Beautiful job by Corey Sims, the rookie, as he gets away from pressure and Houston moves the chains. That pass was nearly picked off by Fierro, just could not get to it on the outside, and Sims tightropes down the sideline. Jefferson on that tackle. Houston is the first team in the red zone tonight at the 19-yard line. Two receivers to the short left side here, bottom of your screen. Cantrell back to pass. Cantrell fires left, pass caught. Jamari Mito. And Mito is wrapped up and put out at the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Houston. Jamari Mito, changing from tight end to wide receiver, had just 5 catches for 37 yards last season. He already topped those numbers in week 1 at Sioux Falls and got himself his first career touchdown. It's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. 3 in the backfield for Houston. Cantrell will hand it off to William Choice, the running back, and Choice is bottled up. Troy LaShaw on the eventual tackle, gain of 2, brings up 2nd down and goal. Houston offense receivers are Sims, Mito, and DR Sim, number 80. Running back is rookie William Choice, and of course Cody Cantrell is the quarterback. We've already introduced you to the Dallas defense with 6:38 to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and goal for Houston. Cantrell's out of the shotgun. Choice to his right. Cantrell back to pass against the 3-man rush. Pass caught by Choice in the flat. Choice is run down by about 4 different Ruffnecks, including Fierro, Jefferson, and Heath McDaniel. Senior, it's 3rd and goal. Tomorrow night, don't miss Eric Vinson, the Baltimore Crabs and the Carolina Skyhawks, as another rivalry hits center stage. Carolina and Baltimore both go for their first win tomorrow night on the SFL Network on YouTube. Cantrell back to pass on 3rd down and goal. Cantrell floats one to the end zone. Pass caught wide open for a touchdown. Jamari Mito, and Houston's on the board first. Mito was all alone. A busted coverage from Zeno Sika, and the Hyenas are on the board. .553 to go in the first quarter. And the extra point for Houston is good. The Houston Hyenas are the first to strike halfway through the first quarter. Houston with a 7-point lead. This is the SFL Network on YouTube. Jace Jefferson back to return. Already has 1 fumble tonight. Jefferson 20, 25, 30, spins off a tackle and put down where he broke the original. 1st and 10 with 5:49 to go in the first quarter. Synergy back out on the field after throwing an interception. Only threw 1 pick in last week's 33-24 loss to Alaska. How about the Alaska Storm blowing a 21-point lead earlier today? Sioux Falls gets their first victory after losing to Houston last week. First down and 10 for Dallas. Synergy's out of the shotgun with 2 receivers off his left. Back to pass, Shabazz. Shabazz pressured in the pocket, dumps it off to the reserve running back there who's starting for Dallas but does not get a lot of time with the football. Mike Davis was the running back for this team over the last couple of seasons, but he was not brought back as Dallas decided to put their money elsewhere. There was a look at Carson Delahart, one of the linebackers for Houston, along with Darian Bowles, who had a really nice first week. Second down and 9, Synergy, quarterback sneak, but he's brought down quickly. That's only a gain of 2, third down and 7. As Houston's defensive front was once again ready for that one. That's Kit Moore. He's got a couple of tackles, and that's an interesting matchup tonight, watching the gold quarterback go up against the gold defensive tackle on those quarterback looks. Third down, 7, Synergy over the middle, pass caught. Is he short of the first down? Yes, he is. Delahart with the tackle. Miles Morales makes the catch, but Dallas goes 3 and out following giving up a touchdown to Houston. Delahart, really important tackle there right before the sticks. As you see, Darian Bowles was also in your picture. 4th and 1. Dallas will punt. Tuesday night, the only game in Week 2 that features a battle of unbeatens. The Queen City Corsairs, the defending champs, head to Tallahassee to take on the Pride in a rematch of the Eastern Conference semifinal. That comes your way Tuesday night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, with Curtis on the call. Chris Curtis, that is, here on the SFL Network on YouTube. That return to the 26-yard line. So Cody Cantrell will get to come out once again.
1st and 10 from Hyenas, 27 yards.
And we'll look to make things happen. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Back to pass. Cantrell fires, and that's knocked away. Fierro knocks that one down. Ill-advised throw from Cody Cantrell to William Choice. 25-on-25 crime right there. SFL fans, are you interested in spreading the word about a truly revolutionary esports product? Help the SFL by joining our social media marketing team. Experienced social media candidates can turn this into a paid league staff position. Contact the league's commissioner, that's me, on Discord for more information. 4 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the first. Cantrell drops back the pass on a 2nd down and 10, going long. Pass is caught by Nito down the field to the Dallas 45-yard line. That was pretty neato, and Houston's got a 1st down into Dallas territory. So we haven't heard anything from DR Sim tonight, who's been the roughneck killer. But Jamari Mito making a name for himself to the Dallas 45. And Houston is rocking and rolling here in the first quarter on the road tonight. Back to pass, Cantrell. Cantrell with a good pocket. Fires, nearly caught, actually, off the deflection. Aston Quackenboss knocks that one down as he was playing in the flat. Pass was intended for DR Sim. Corey Sims was also in the area. Both Sim and Sims running similar routes. Brings up another 2nd down. So while Houston has not been great on 1st down, they certainly have done well for themselves on 2nd and 3rd down here in the opening quarter. Dallas, first drive of the game, ended in an interception. And then a quick 3 and out took them right back off the field. 3:41 to go in the first. Cantrell back to pass against the 4-man front. Cantrell steps up in the pocket, fires deep down the field again. That pass in double coverage is incomplete. Fierro again on the coverage, and that one stood no chance. Really nice coverage from Dallas down the field. Will force a 3rd and long, and we have not seen Houston go to William Choice too much here in this first quarter, and that's a bit of a surprise considering how poor Dallas played run defense against Ash Odom last week. William Choice had a really solid game against Sioux Falls in week 1. 3rd down and 10 out of the eye. Cantrell to pass. Cantrell going short. No one's turning that corner. Only a pickup of 3 for DR Sim. That was not a good throw from Cantrell, or a decision for that matter. That'll bring up 4th down and 7 at the Dallas 42. That's outside of field goal range, so Houston will have to try to pin Dallas deep. Make sure you're following the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL. And if your team does not have a Twitter account yet, you should make one. Put it up on simulationfl.net. Track your tweets. All good stuff. Inside the 10, Jefferson's going to let it bounce, and Houston cannot save it. Into the end zone. Ball on the 20. That's where Synergy will take over for Dallas. Are you a player in the SFL? If you're new or just haven't taken the plunge yet, it's free to join our Discord community at simulationfl.net and hashtag be a star. Free agents can sign with a team as a star player this season through week 8. Don't miss out on starting your football career today. Synergy, quarterback keeper, got a nice chunk, 5 yards on 1st down. That's his, I believe, 4th carry of the night. All here in the 1st quarter, of course. 2:55 and counting, as Dallas is still trying to get on the board. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Houston's in the gold and white. Dallas is in the black and white here this evening. 2nd down and 5. Back to pass, Synergy. Synergy middle, caught, 1st down. Nice route by J.J. Howland, his 1st catch of the night. The Ruffnecks move the chains. Houston has visited Dallas just once, 27-26. They got the victory back on March 19th. Houston has traveled to Dallas once also. That was last year's meeting, as Bosco brings it in. A 34-27 win for Dallas. The previous season, Houston and Dallas weren't even in the same conference and did not play cross-conference ball. 2nd down and 6. The 2 teams will play twice this year. Dallas goes to Houston September 3rd. Shabazz Synergy, 53 yards and a touchdown so far. It's 2nd down and 6. 3 receivers, 2 to the top of the screen, and Synergy will take off. And Synergy up the middle will pick up 2 to make it a more manageable 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Very unique and interesting offense from Dallas with this quarterback sneak-in play. Obviously, with the talent and the investment that Dallas has made in Synergy, you hope that Synergy never ends up with an injury, because their whole rushing attack is predicated on his sneaking ability, as Howland picks up a 1st down. Nice sidearm throw from Synergy, as he has a bit of a unique delivery. That's good enough for a 1st down, and Dallas is coolly and calmly moving the chains. First and 10 at the Dallas 43. Two receivers, bottom of the screen, short right side. Synergy changing the play at the line. Back to pass. Synergy quick drop. Dangerous pass, which should have been taken the other way. Tyleek Jones bats that ball away. 2nd down.
Second and 10 from your All-Pro, 43 yards.
46 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Dallas down 7-0 after a Mito touchdown. Back to pass. Synergy. Synergy left side, caught by Lawrence Kirkland, fighting for the sticks, won't get there. 3rd down and short. And I wonder if we'll see a Synergy sneak coming up. Synergy up to 69 yards passing. Cantrell, still no touchdowns, or no interceptions rather, on the season. 3 touchdowns, no picks through 5 quarters of work. 3rd down and 1 at the Hyena 48-yard line. 4 down linemen for Houston, just 6 in the box. 4 receivers for Dallas. Synergy going to take off himself. He's got the 1st down. I believe Moore, once again, was the man to bring him down. But Synergy, too big and too strong, will move the chains for Dallas. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
End of one. The Houston Hyenas have the lead, but the Dallas Ruffnecks are driving. This is the SFL Network on YouTube. Start of the second quarter, Synergy down the middle. That pass is complete. Juan Bosco more involved in the offense than he was last week. Pick up of 6, 2nd and 4. Juan Bosco, a storied SFL career. Was on the sidelines last season, but 3,799 yards of receiving coming into the night. So he's over 3,800. Synergy will take off, and Kit Moore again knocks him down. Kit Moore is going to have a big stat line tonight, folks. It's 3rd down and 3. And this is where the Hyenas need to dig in. Ball is on the Houston 40 outside of field goal range. Back to pass, Synergy. Synergy looking down the middle, and he overshoots Lawrence Kirkland. 4th down. And Dallas comes up empty again. Houston's defense looking solid once again here tonight. And Dallas has really had a rough time scoring in the first half of games so far this year. They still do not have a first quarter touchdown. They did not score their first touchdown against Alaska last week until inside of 2 minutes in the second quarter. This is a good punt. Bounce at the 9-yard line and will roll into the end zone. What are you doing? Punt coverage team leaves a lot to be desired, as that could have been down at the goal line. But instead, someone was sipping an alcoholic drink down at the 1. That was really bad. 9:45 to go in the first half. Ball on the 20, back to pass. Cantrell. Cantrell fires outside. That is caught by DR Sim. Pickup of 3 yards and driven out of bounds. So we haven't seen Sim go down the field too much tonight. Got a couple outs, and that's about it. 2nd down and 7. Houston protecting an early 7-0 advantage that they built.
2nd and 7. Ball at the 23-yard line.
Ball on the 23. Out of the eye, William Choice still a really quiet evening. He's finally going to get a carry, and Choice, maybe that's why. Put down after a gain of just 1. June Fierro, I must have called his name about 4 times already in this first half. Comes up from his cornerback spot and makes the tackle. 3rd down and 6. Both of these defenses have come ready tonight. 4 receivers, 3 to the short side, bottom of your picture, including Hito, bottom of the screen. Cantrell back to pass, going long down the middle, picked off! What a play by Chase Jefferson! He came out of nowhere to make the play, and Dallas has a first down. Jefferson wasn't even on the screen. He jumps this route so fast. And Jefferson, after turning the ball over early in the first quarter and giving Houston a touchdown on the subsequent drive, gets the ball back for Dallas in similar field position to what the Hyenas had after the Jefferson fumble. 1st down and 10. Back to pass, Synergy. Synergy down the middle, caught by J.J. Howland. Picks up 9 to the 22. Second down and 1, 8:41 to go in the first half.
2nd and inches.
2 receivers, 1 to either side. Here's another second and short situation. Synergy's going to pass. Synergy, quick slant. That pass is incomplete. Jonathan Concord still does not have a catch tonight as Kit Moore applied some pressure. Jonathan Concord, he's making a legendary career for himself. Now 34th in the league with 1,929 receiving yards. That means he's just 71 yards away from 2,000 for his career. So we'll be keeping track of that tonight. 8:23 to go in the first half. It's 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1 for Dallas. The quarterback sneak for Synergy. He won't get there. Kit Moore puts him down. What a stop. Fantastic stop by Kit Moore in a 3rd and short situation. And Synergy in the offense is still on the field. Two receivers, one back in the backfield on a 4th down and short. Will Dallas snap the ball considering how good Kit Moore has been against Synergy here tonight? Play clock is down to 9. Houston holding firm, and Dallas will have to burn a timeout. So look at Stephen Mullinex. Dallas will send on the field goal unit, I'm sure. As Mullinex talking to Synergy. He needs more out of Synergy on a 3rd and 1 situation. Can't come up empty there. That should be advantage Dallas almost every time, but it wasn't this time around. This is a 38-yard field goal, and for Dallas, that field goal is no good! Missed it again! Dallas missed a first half field goal last week. Manuel off to the right side. I believe, if I remember correctly, he hit the right upright against Alaska in the first half, and Dallas is still not on the board. That was just a 38-yard field goal, and it's 1st down for Houston. Cantrell back to pass outside to William Choice. Choice has a lot of running room and wrapped up by Zinosika after a 7-yard pickup, 2nd down and 3. So a 3rd down and 1, something that Dallas should be converting every time, turns into a 4th and inches, which turns into a burnt timeout for Dallas, and all ends up in a missed field goal. Really bad series there for the Ruffnecks, still down a score. Hand off to Choice, and Choice is blown up in the backfield. Bobby Law making it happen. 3rd down and 5. Loss of 2 on the play for Choice and the Hyenas, who have had no running game to speak of. And this has been an outstanding defensive clash here from Mullinex Oil Field tonight. 3 receivers for Cantrell, back to pass. Cantrell got a great pocket deep down the field. Caught! Corey Sims to the 34-yard line. Jefferson on the tackle. Cantrell is 10 of 15, and Houston moves the chains. Corey Sims and Jamari Mito stepping up. Another really good ball from Cody Cantrell. Tomorrow night, join Eric Vincent in one of the best rivalries in the SFL, as either Carolina and Baltimore will secure their first win. Crabs and Skyhawks, a rivalry for the ages. Coming up tomorrow night, William Choice, what a move to the 19-yard line for a Houston 1st down. Choice making it happen with 3 or 4 broken tackles. And finally, Choice gets something accomplished on offense. What a big block on Quackenvoss. Jefferson couldn't bring him down. And eventually, Choice is put to the turf. I formation. 2 receivers, short right side once again. Most of this game has been played on this short side here. Cantrell back to pass, fires to the short side, caught by Mito. Mito's out of bounds after a 4-yard pickup to the Dallas 15-yard line. A fast-moving first half here as we're almost done with the first half of the second quarter. Houston Hyenas trying to join the Oklahoma City Renegades and the Mexico City Aztecs atop the Western Conference. If not, they'll join Sioux Falls, Alaska, and Dallas at 500. Flag on the field. Pass is incomplete. LaShaw knocked that one away, but I believe this one is going to go against Dallas. That makes this second down a lot more manageable. So a second, or what would have been a 3rd down and 6, turns into a 2nd and 1 for Houston, and those are the type of mistakes that you just can't make. Bumgarner jumps offside.
Let's go. 2nd and inches.
5:21 to go in the first half. 2nd down and 1 from the 10. Hyenas trying to expand on their 7-0 first half lead. 7 in the box for Dallas, showing it outside blitz. 2 in the backfield for Cantrell, gives it off to Choice. Choice has the first down. Inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal coming up for Houston. The Houston Hyenas, through almost an entire half of play, or an entire game and a half of play, I should say, just 1 turnover. Cantrell throwing his first interception of the season to Jefferson on Houston's last drive, but their defense stood. 1st and goal for the 6. Handoff Choice, left side, and Choice is ransacked behind the line of scrimmage. LaShaw on the tackle. 3 tackles now tonight. 1 of them for a loss. It was that one. Spoiler alert. Troy LaShaw, what a career so far. 22nd in the league in interceptions, 11th in interception yards, and his 2 pick sixes is actually tied for 3rd all time. As LaShaw, with a couple more interceptions, can really work his way up the leaderboard. 2nd down and goal. 4:22 to go in the first half. Handoff to Choice. Choice is bottled up. Jefferson came over to assist. A man of that Roughneck front 7, that's sharp. 3rd down and goal. 4:10 and counting here in the first half as Dallas is trying to get a stand. Out of the shotgun, Cantrell back to pass. Cantrell, time is running out. Cantrell's in trouble. Off his back foot, fires into traffic. The pass is incomplete. Falling harmlessly to the turf. I thought there for a moment somebody got their hands on it. 4th down and goal, and Dallas's defense comes up with a big red zone stop. Hello. Field goal coming up from 21 yards away for Houston. And the field goal for the Hyenas, good. So Dallas misses a field goal. Houston makes a field goal. And with 3:44 to go in the first half, the Houston Hyenas have a 10-point lead. Dallas needs to get moving. Jefferson back to return. From the 8, Jefferson, 25. 30 to the 31. Chase Jefferson was a big man in Sioux Falls. He meant a lot. Jefferson played 3 seasons in Sioux Falls before signing with Dallas here in the offseason. Synergy's got a first down, and Dallas needs some points. Synergy back to pass over the middle, knocked away. Ellahart having a strong first half. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Jonathan Concord and DR Sim, the two star receivers of this matchup, have been really quiet here in the first half, as the corner play from Osika and Fierro for Dallas, Arrington and Jones for Houston has been exceptional. Not a lot deep down the field. Synergy's got 3 receivers, and Synergy will pass against a 3-man rush. Synergy is blindsided, hit by Kit Moore. Juan Bosco was also hurt on the play. It's a loss of 7 yards. Kit Moore has been completely disruptive, as Synergy was looking to go across the field at the last second and got crushed in the back. And the more serious issue may be Juan Bosco having to leave the game, as Dallas, who's put up a goose egg in this first half, can't afford to lose any weapons. 3rd down and 17. Synergy to pass. Synergy in the pocket. Sacked again. Great coverage down the field for Houston. 4th down and 22. And the Roughneck offense just has no answer for the Hyenas in the first half. Dallas wants to avoid joining San Antonio and Vancouver at the bottom of the Western Conference, and they've got Oklahoma City, who's undefeated, coming in next week. Dallas does not want to dig that hole. At the 42-yard line, Corey Sims on the return. And there's 2:45 left in this first half of play. Houston's defense has been absolutely dominant. Tuesday night, it's the only game of week 2 between a battle of undefeateds. Chris Curtis has the call from the Lions Den in Tallahassee in a rematch of the Eastern Conference Final. Tallahassee's home opener coming against the defending champs. Corsairs and Pride. Walsh against Christensen coming up Tuesday night on the SFL Network on YouTube. Cantrell back to pass over the middle. Wide open, caught first down by Sim. His longest catch of the night, however you want to say it. 1st and 10 to the Dallas 40. And Houston is right back into Dallas territory. McDaniel Sr. and Jefferson once again combined for the tackle.
1st and 10 from the All-Pro 41.
Shout out to Doss Williams, Flavor 2K, Aaron Arrington, CAG NFL, eSmart Ace, DeAndre Noel, DR Sim 80, and everyone else in the chat room tonight. That pass is knocked down by McDaniel Sr. Mito has now been targeted 7 times in this first half with 4 catches. Bailey Holder is also here. He played his first game of the season in San Antonio, signing in place of Jordan Jennings. Walking Greg is also here. Director Player Personnel, Mighty RX, and many, many others. Shan Varner also in the house. 2:19 to go in the first half. Handoff to Choice. Choice up to the 34-yard line. One of his best runs of the night brings up 3rd down and 4. This is right on the fringe of field goal range. And we'll find out how this 3rd down is going to go after we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the SFL Network on YouTube. You're listening to the Simulation Football League, live on the SFL Network on YouTube. Two minutes to go on a 3rd down and 4. 2 backs and 2 receivers. Cantrell back to pass. Cantrell fires deep down the field. Intercepted at the 10-yard line. Zen Osika, another former Sparrow, plays the fade to perfection. Sim on the outside and Osika read it the entire way. So Osika and Jefferson, 2 former Sioux Falls Sparrows. Sioux Falls had 7 interceptions earlier today, and former Sparrows have 2 in the first half against Houston, keeping this game close. Synergy on a quarterback keeper. That's an interesting start to the 2-minute drill. Pickup of just 1. And Juan Bosco will not be returning tonight, so Dallas is down a receiver. The Ruffnecks really need to get Jonathan Concord going. J.J. Howland has a couple of catches, and Lawrence Kirkland has been pretty quiet since his first long catch down the field. 2nd down and 9 with 1:25 to go in the second quarter. Synergy back to pass. Synergy in some trouble. Oh, and he nearly threw a pick six. That pass knocked away by Lewis, who had the earlier interception. It's 3rd down, and Dallas's offense looks completely discombobulated. Synergy, all kinds of nervous in the pocket. Rush that throw. 1:18 to go in the first half. Synergy needs something. Synergy outside, caught by Concord, dragged down by Aaron Arrington. 4th down is Synergy, a measly 89 yards of offense here in the first half, and Houston has a chance to strike with all 3 timeouts and plenty of time still left in the first half. From the goal line of Dallas's end zone, Ruffnecks kick it away. Sims from the 46-yard line, wrapped up at midfield, but did get 3 or 4 off the return. And Houston will not have to go far. Cantrell, who stayed interception-free last week, needs to cut the turnovers. He's had 2 in this second quarter. Turnovers have been the name of the game in the SFL in week 2. They've been all over the place. Cleveland had 6, Alaska had 7. Mexico City had 4, and they won that contest. Cantrell back to pass, out to Mito, and he takes a step out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. Fierro giving chase.
6 yards on the play.
SimulationFL.net is our official website. If you're a player in the league, don't forget to check the website every week for updated content, including your career and season stats and where you rank amongst players this season and all time. SimulationFL.net is your home to the SFL. Cantrell with 4 receivers back to pass. Deep drop back, fires middle, it's picked again! Intercepted by Bobby Law, and Dallas's defense is keeping him in this game. This is insane, the amount of mistakes we've seen out of offenses here on an SFL Sunday, as Law stepped right in the way of the path of the receiver. Easy pick for Bobby Law. Now, can the offense of Dallas do anything? Bobby Law, that is his 4th career interception and his first since season 5. Synergy rifles it down the middle. What a laser to Jonathan Concord. Timeout, Dallas. That easily was the best pass of the night from Synergy. What a rocket. Dallas down to 1 timeout. Blake Chance, who was the fans' player of the week on defense for week 1, had 6 tackles and 2 picks last week, has been very quiet as Synergy and the Ruffnecks have stayed away from the former Skyhawk. 54 seconds to go, ball in the Houston 34-yard line. Synergy back to pass. Synergy going deep down the middle of the field. That pass is intercepted. Blake Chance right on cue at the 6-yard line. It's worth putting the stats up again. Now 3 interceptions in 6 quarters of work. Blake Chance has found a home in Houston. Pass was intended for Miles Morales, and this has been an ugly first half for offenses. I would say it was a really good defensive first quarter and a really ugly offensive second quarter here in Big D. And Dallas's offense cannot get out of its own way. Hand off to William Choice, and Choice will be wrapped up after a quick 4-yard pickup. And Houston may be content to take a 10-0 lead into halftime, because that may be all the points they need tonight, the way their defense has been playing. Down to 30 seconds. Mito, 58 yards on 5 receptions. That almost matches his totals from last week. 69 yards on 5 grabs and a touchdown. Mito has the only touchdown of this game. 15 seconds now. William Choice will be wrapped up for no gain. Nobody's taken any timeouts, and I think that is going to be the end of the first half. What a crazy first half of play. A Jamari Mito touchdown is the only thing, besides another field goal, separating Houston from Dallas in a knockout, drag-down fight in Big D. First half stats and highlights are next. From Dallas, this is the SFL's Week 2 Sunday Night Football Game of the Week. Houston gets the ball to start the second half. From the 11, Sims to the 31. Houston starts out of the eye on a first down and 10. Up 10-0, and Cantrell will drop back to pass. Short throw is dropped off the hands of Wiggins. Is that Brad Wiggins out there? That would be a blast from the past. Former Houston Hyena tight end still getting paid. Houston up 10-0, trying to get to 2-0. They would win 2 consecutive games on the road against playoff opponents from last season. That would be quite an accomplishment to start the year. Cantrell back to pass. Cantrell going long, knocked away again. Boy, look at that coverage down the field. Sim, just 3 catches on 6 targets. These 2 defenses are just beating everybody up out there as McDaniel Sr. talking some smack. Daniel Sr., rookie last season, had 63 tackles. The 26 assisted tackles, though, not too shabby. Helping out a lot in cleanup duty, and for a linebacker, 15 passes defended, pretty nice as well. 3rd down and 10, empty backfield for Cody. Cody, wobbly pass, caught by Sims, but short of the 1st down. Looked like maybe Cantrell's arm was hit by his own lineman, and Houston goes 3 and out to start the second half. So Houston will kick it away from the 25-yard line, and Jefferson gets up to the 30. 1st down for Shabazz Synergy. Are we going to see a different Synergy in this second half? Because it was not working in the first half for Dallas. I don't think Dallas has ever been shut out in a half. That was an incredible job by the Hyena defense through 2 quarters of work. 1st down for Dallas, in need of some momentum. Synergy back to pass. He'll go outside. That pass is complete to Jonathan Concord. How about that? A Concord sighting. We all know him as Conk. Trying to get to 2,000 career yards tonight. Was 71 yards short coming into the night and has not gotten there yet. Coming up on 150 career receptions too. 2nd down and 1 for Dallas. Synergy will throw. Synergy, good pocket, dumps it off short. That's enough for a 1st down. Nice job on the check down for Synergy. That is McQueen getting paid the small dollars to be Dallas's starting running back this year. But Dallas keeps their defense resting on the sideline. 122 yards, but 2 picks for Synergy and a measly 40 quarterback rating tonight. Synergy in the gun. 4 down lineman for Houston, shift right to left. Back to pass, Shabazz. Near side caught by J.J. Howland, the former member of the Queen City Corsairs and Tallahassee Pride. Picks up a 1st down to the Hyena 46. J.J. Howland, a traveler in this league. 2 seasons in Queen City, 1 in Tallahassee. He had his best year in Tallahassee last year, 1,367 yards and 12 touchdowns. Overall, 171 yards, or 171 receptions, 2,658 yards, and 21 touchdowns. Synergy to throw with trips off the left side. Synergy again with a check down on the running back. We'll pick up a couple. Juan Bosco, if you're just joining us, has left the game, will not return. 2nd best receiver on this roster. J.J. Howland, Jonathan Concord, Miles Morales, and Lawrence Kirkland. Still plenty of weapons for Synergy, but Bosco is a loss. Back to pass. Synergy steps into the pocket, throws, almost a backwards pass. It's caught for a 1st down. Nice run after the catch by McQueen. That play looked like a nothing burger until Synergy somehow got that away and McQueen turned upfield. .756 to go in the 3rd. Houston's up 10. 1st down at the 34-yard line. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Synergy will drop the pass again. Synergy down the middle of the field. That ball nearly got through Darian Bowles. Looking for Lawrence Kirkland. That ball had some heat on it. 2nd and 10. Haven't gotten to talk much about Aaron Arrington tonight, but he's special. 18 of his 21 interceptions came in his 2 seasons in Houston. Had just 3 picks last season in Mexico City, so Arrington came back and has been a big part of this really, really tough Houston defense. Synergy, deep ball down the middle, again knocked away. That's Delahart, 3rd and 10. So back-to-back knockdowns by Hyena linebackers, and all of a sudden Dallas's drive is starting to stall out once again. Looking for, it looked like Concord over the middle through triple coverage, just nobody open. Darian Bowles also dropped into coverage nicely.
Third and 10.
Third and 10 with 3 receivers, 7:42 to go. And Synergy's pass is caught by Howland for a first down right at the sticks. Bowles with the tackle, but just a hair too late. And this is easily the best drive for the Ruffnecks here tonight. Three receivers back to pass. Synergy deep ball down the middle of the field. Caught by Howland down to the 5-yard line. J.J. Howland has stepped up here in the third quarter. Another Dallas first down. Synergy, you can tell, he's getting in a rhythm now. He's making quick decisions, quick, decisive decisions. Making it happen for Dallas. First and goal at the 5. Synergy has not run on this drive. He did have a rushing touchdown last week. 4-down linemanship from left to right. Synergy going to take off and run. Synergy will slide down to the 3-yard line. Did not want to get crushed. Will live to fight another day. Second and goal.
Second and goal from the Hyenas, 3-yard.
Two receivers, one in the backfield. Synergy will fake it to McQueen. Throw it in zone. Knocked away. Dallas gets cute on the goal line, and Bowles swats that away. Third down and goal. 6:17 to go in the third. Dallas just desperate to get on the board here.
Let's go. Third and goal from the Hyenas, 3-yard.
Two receivers, one in the backfield. That's McQueen. And Synergy is blasted! What a play! What a play by Houston! Just as he gets the snap off, Shabazz's world is rocked. Holy cow! 20-yard field goal coming up for Dallas. And Shabazz needs Jesus or somebody. Kick is good. 5:44 to go in the third quarter, and finally Dallas is on the board, but at what price? As Synergy is laid out in Big D. Sims to the 32. I think if you asked Shabazz how many fingers you're holding up on the sideline, he'd respond with purple. First and 10 for Houston, who has not been able to pull away in this game. Cantrell over to Choice, and Choice has a lot of room to the far side. First down, breaking a tackle from Jefferson. Houston really needed that after a 3-and-out to start the third quarter, has kept their offense off the field almost the entire frame. Monday night, join Eric Vincent. That's tomorrow night, everybody, for one of the best rivalries in the SFL. The Baltimore Crabs take on the Carolina Skyhawks as one of the most heated rivalries heats up with a couple of 0-2 records at stake. Baltimore and Carolina tomorrow night on the SFL Network on YouTube. Cantrell pump fakes, now fires deep down the field. It is ruled an incomplete pass. DR Sim was the intended target. Rare to see DR Sim run a route too far out of bounds. It was tough to see with our angle, and Damon Simeon is going to challenge
The Hyenas are challenging whether the
if this was a catch or not. Are we going to get a chance to see a better angle on this is the question. Sim, boy, he definitely got a full foot in, but did he have possession?
The pass has been ruled complete.
Yes, he did. What a big call in this game. Simeon wins the challenge.
First down.
And it results in a big Hyena first down. To the Dallas 37-yard line. That throw just in the nick of time from Cantrell. Now empty backfield with 4 receivers. Just 5 in the box for Dallas. Cantrell back to pass. Down the middle, and that pass is caught. Inside the 20, down to the 15. Corey Sims. Yet another first down, and Houston is answering Dallas's field goal with plenty of offense of their own. A post pattern right in between the zones of Jefferson and McDaniel Sr. Hyenas on the 15. Out of the eye. 8 surrounding the football here. Back to pass. Cantrell sacked. Sacked for a loss of 6 yards. First time Dallas has put down Cantrell tonight. That's Billy Joe Bacon. Tough to see that coming from Cantrell as Bacon just spun off what looked to be a solid block. Four receivers, 3 to the top right of Cantrell, and that pass is caught. Oh, what a hit from LaShaw! Cantrell up to 231 yards, and that was a pretty pass on 2nd and long to make it 1st and goal. But LaShaw laid him out. 1st and goal at the 2.5. Houston turning it on here in the 3rd. Hand off to William Choice, and Choice will spin off a tackle and into the end zone. Houston has their largest lead of the night. Choice, Jefferson had him at the 1. And the Hyenas have built a 2-touchdown advantage without Dallas being able to prove that they can score a touchdown against Houston tonight. The extra point for the Hyenas is up and true. And with 3:40 to go in the 3rd quarter, Houston 17 and Dallas 3. A lot of football left, but the Hyenas are now in control. Chase Jefferson back to return. From the 10. Jefferson hurdles the defender on the ground. Gets to the 31-yard line, 1st down. So synergy in the offense got all the way down the field on their last drive, almost a 5-minute drive. But had to settle for a field goal on 1st and goal from the 5. Synergy chose to slide at the 3, and then nothing happened after that for Dallas. 3 receivers for the Ruffnecks, down 2 scores here in the Week 2 game of the week. Synergy, deep ball, down in the field, wide open, caught, broken tackle, it's Morales, 20, 15, 10, first and goal, Dallas. What a throw from Synergy, and the former Santa Fe Gorilla, Miles Morales, makes a tremendous play down the field. That was a deep post pattern. And Joakim Rose, the free safety, allowed Morales to beat him down the field. And just like that, Dallas is back in the ballgame. That didn't take long. It's officially a first and goal. Dallas cannot get any more first downs on this drive. Synergy to pass. Synergy in zone. That passes over the head of J.J. Howland. May have even been slightly behind him. Howland now 8 targets, 6 catches.
Second and goal.
Synergy's out of the shotgun. Dallas has got to figure out how to put up 6 points inside the 20-yard line here. Synergy out of the gun, back to pass, quick throw over the middle, Howland, but it's only a gain of 3. Now it's third and goal again for Dallas.
Let's go. Third and goal.
Trips off the left side. McQueen in the backfield. Morales is alone at the bottom of the screen, split out slightly wide. Back to pass, Synergy. He's in trouble! Kent Moore greets him. And that was not a Walmart hello. Kent Moore blasts through the center and gets another sack. It's fourth and goal, and again Dallas comes up empty. Or semi-empty. It feels empty. The way Houston's defense has been playing in the red zone has been outstanding. 29-yard field goal for Manuel, and that kick is good. And Manuel's first half missed field goal could come back and haunt Dallas in the type of game this has become. But either way, Dallas has scored on back-to-back possessions. You can't take that away from them. It's 17-6 here in Big D. .146 to go in the third. And Sims will return from the 9-yard line. Corey Sims shaking defenders to the 28. Tuesday Night Football comes to Tallahassee. The Pride hosts the Corsairs in a rematch of the Eastern Conference Final from Season 8. Chris Curtis is on the call, and his microphone will be adjusted properly. Tuesday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, live here on YouTube. High formation, handoff to William Choice, and he has just not had a good night running the football. 15 yards. He's getting outrun by Shabazz Synergy tonight. That is an absolute stunner. Considering how poor Dallas's run defense was last week, they've really cleaned that up. Second down and 12 for Houston. Back to pass, and that pass is complete somehow. Through a ton of traffic, Mito makes the catch. And a big third down and 3 coming up after the 9-yard gain. Handoff on a third down and short. William Choice won't get there. Only a gain of a yard. Houston will have to punt, and the Hyenas just cannot put this game away. the least amount of points that Dallas has scored. They scored 13 against Cleveland in a game that they actually won. 13-10, but that's all we can find in terms of the lowest point total for the Ruffnecks over the course of the Ruffnecks name. Coming down in the end of the third quarter, Jefferson from the 26-yard line spins away from one, but will not get away. 6 seconds left in the third. It's 1st and 10 for Synergy and the Ruffnecks. Still a very quiet night for Jonathan Concord, and Juan Bosco is out with an injury. Dallas, in the most simplistic jerseys in league history, going with white helmets, black jerseys, white pants, white numbers tonight. Houston in their program uniforms, gold helmets, white jerseys, gold pants, red numbers. Final play of the third quarter is going to be a Synergy keeper. Picks up 3. That's his first run of the third, and that is the end of the third quarter. One more quarter to play from Dallas. It's 17-6. This is the Week 2 Game of the Week on YouTube. Kit Moore, 7 tackles and 2 sacks tonight. He has been awesome. 2nd and 7 for Dallas. Synergy back to pass. Synergy steps into the pocket. Wobbly throw. Pass caught by Kirkland. Short of the first down. Actually said that he got out of bounds, so it'll briefly stop the clock. 5-yard pickup for Lawrence Kirkland. Brings up an important 3rd down and 2. Been an entertaining ball game all night. Both teams have cut the turnovers out in the third quarter, but the defenses continue to reign supreme. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Synergy will throw on a 3rd down and short. Synergy down the middle of the field. Caught by Concord. What a grab. Reaching out and stabbing it to move the chains. Concord, a delayed route. Nice job by Synergy hanging in there as Concord gets closer and closer to 2,000 yards for his career. First and 10 for Dallas with 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the fourth. Synergy straight back, and that pass is caught by Concord. Concord is starting to get into rhythm. Pick up a 4. 2nd and 6. Make sure to follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL. Working on 500 followers there. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, do it. Do it. Almost to 600, ladies and gentlemen. 10 minutes to go in the fourth. Play action from Synergy. Synergy in a bit of a trouble. Now he gets away. 1st down and more. Synergy all the way to the Houston 30-yard line. Shabazz Synergy doing it with his legs. He got out of Dodge quick. He had 12 carries for 34 yards last week. He has 13 carries for 34 yards this week. 1st and 10 at the 30. 3 receivers, Synergy back to pass, and Synergy fires out to McQueen. McQueen's got some space. Oh, McQueen makes 2 people miss and picks up a 1st down. Give the kid a raise. 1st and 10 for what his teammates politely and respectfully call Rank McQueen. And it's 1st and 10 for Dallas again in the red zone, but can they come away with a touchdown? 3 receivers, and Synergy will take off. Oh, he's speared by Moore again. Check that, number 90. I thought for sure that was Kit Moore coming off the left. That's Jax with the beastly tackle. 8.5 to go. 2nd down and 9. Synergy now 14 carries, 35 yards. Synergy showing some toughness. 2nd and 9 with 3 receivers. Synergy going to take off again. And again, he won't go anywhere. No gain on the play. Houston again standing tall in the red zone. Collins was the man to make the hit this time.
3rd and 8 from Hyenas, 17 yards.
Dallas thought they could fool Houston by running it a 2nd time in a row, and they were not fooled at all. 3rd and 9, 7:53 to go in the 4th. Synergy back to pass, good pocket. Synergy gets it away to McQueen, and this time he's not going to make anyone miss. Dragged down in the backfield by 3 different Hyenas. It's another 4th down for Dallas as you look at the updated sloppy quarterback numbers. 4th down again for the Ruffnecks, and they have no choice but to kick another field goal and hope that eventually in this game they can come away with a touchdown. This one will be from 35 yards away. Dallas gets in the red zone and just chokes. But let's give some credit to the Houston red zone defense. From 35 yards away, Dallas's field goal is no good again! That is disgusting. Manuel's missed twice to the right, and he just pulled it. The ball is on the right hash mark. You're in a dome stadium. All you got to do is kick it to the left. And Manuel kicks it to the right. And Dallas jumps offside after William Choice once again gets nothing. Ruffnecks are just given this game. And everyone with a star kicker signed in the SFL is laughing in the chat room. Oh, that is brutal. Bumgarner jumps offside. For everything SFL, visit the league's new website at simulationfl.net and explore the league's new partnership with Press Stats. With over 400 players and games in league history, the SFL tracks your legendary status with professional quality. Contact webmaster Liam Crowder on Discord to find out how you can get your written works on our site. 7 minutes to go on a 1st down and 5. Choice takes the handoff. Choice cannot get away. 1.8 yards a carry. That is almost unheard of out of a gold back in the SFL. 2nd and 2. Dallas's defense is desperate. Two in the backfield, handoff, Choice again. Choice bursts up the middle and picks up a 1st down to the 48, his best run of the night. Coming up on 6 minutes to go, and William Choice, who's actually shown there, was hurt on the play. Did anybody see that? Choice dragged down. He went head first into the turf. I'm not sure if that report is accurate. If so, that would be a huge loss for Houston trying to protect a lead in this game, as the injuries have been problematic to a lot of teams this week. Choice is out of the game. They may be evaluating him for concussions and pulled him off the field as Osika makes the tackle, just a gain of 4 yards, but that is a major concern here for Houston. There's still 5.5 minutes left. If Dallas had made both their field goals tonight, this is a 17-12 game. 2nd and 6. 7 in the box for Dallas. Cantrell will hand it off. That is the reserve of Choice, and he's got a 1st down and more to the 31-yard line. Backup running backs are stepping up in the 4th quarter. It's Mark Pittman. Wow, that Zenosika, there is no excuse for that horrendous effort out of Zenosika. That is terrible. So look at Mito's updated numbers. He's had a quiet 2nd half. 4 receivers for Cantrell. Dallas cannot give up a touchdown at this juncture. Back to pass, Cantrell. Cantrell steps up in the pocket, fires down the middle of the field, incomplete. LaShawn knocks it away. Hey everyone, want to do what I do? If you're interested in becoming a play-by-play commentator or analyst for the SFL, the league has open tryouts all season long on a Rabbit broadcast. Please contact veteran broadcaster Andy Hamilton for more information. 2nd and 10 for Houston after the incomplete pass from Cantrell. Hand off to Pittman, and this time he's thrown backwards, and that's a problem for Houston because now it's 3rd down and 12, and it'd be a 50-yard field goal from here. Dallas still stands a chance as long as they can hold Houston to a field goal. This is a monster 3rd down and 12. Three receivers, 2 backs in the backfield for Cantrell with 5 in the box. We'll see if Houston goes conservative or gets aggressive. They are bleeding some clock here, down to 7 on the play clock. 3rd down and 12. They are going to hand the ball off, and quickly McDaniel Jr. makes the senior rather, will make the tackle. And will that conservative play call come back to haunt Houston? This is a 49-yard field goal attempt. .335 left. Oh, Houston is going to punt. Wow, that's an interesting strategy out of Houston. I guess they figure Dallas has not scored a touchdown all night. They're just going to play defense. And honestly, I can't blame Houston. That has easily been their best side of the ball tonight. As the Hyenas will try to pin Synergy inside the 10, but this punt is going to go out of bounds at the 11 with 3:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Tuesday night, Chris Curtis has your call for the Queen City Corsairs and Tallahassee Pride. Kyle Walsh of the Corsairs and Christian Christensen of the Tallahassee Pride, the 2 top offensive players from Week 1, will collide. It's Tallahassee's home opener, and the winner stands atop the Eastern Conference. Tuesdays, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, live here on the SFL Network on YouTube. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go for Dallas to try to pull a win out of their hat. Synergy back to pass, down the middle of the field, incomplete. That pass intended for, I believe, Strawberry. That's an interesting name, and that's not who you want to be targeting at this juncture.
2nd and 10.
Houston is without William Choice, who's had a rough night. Golden opportunity for Dallas to strike. Don't forget the post-game show is coming up after this game. As Synergy steps up in the pocket, fires it short, and where is Strawberry going? Who is this kid that they stuck on the field in the last 3 minutes? Dallas has to be a little embarrassed right now with their offense. Back to pass, Synergy, down the middle of the field. That is caught. 1st down to the 24-yard line. That is J.J. Howland. Finally, somebody respectable. Synergy with 3 receivers. Back to pass. Synergy. Moore was breathing down his neck, and Concord reels it in. 38.5-yard line, no huddle for Dallas. 2:23 to go. Synergy back to pass. Again down the middle, Strawberry dropped it. Goodness gracious, they are missing Juan Bosco in the late stages of this contest. 2nd and 10. Dallas hosts the undefeated Renegades next week. Houston will host winless San Antonio, but that is a huge new budding rivalry in the SFL as former Houston co-owner returns to the Hyena Den. Back to pass. Synergy, middle again, caught 1st down. That's Morales trying to hurry and get another play off before the 2-minute warning. Dallas will get the playoff. Synergy, middle again, Morales. We've hit the 2-minute warning. This game is not done yet. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. The home to the Simulation Football League. This is the SFL Network on YouTube. First down and 10 at the 32-yard line. And Synergy will drop back to pass. Synergy fires to the far side. That's caught by Hallen. There's the injury update on William Choice, but it's hidden. So we will not get that analysis. 9 receptions for 81 yards for J.J. Hallen. 2nd and 6 stops the clock.
Let's go. 2nd and 6 from the Hyenas, 28-yard.
3 receivers. Synergy facing 4 down linemen will drop back to pass. Synergy wide open is Morales, as Houston is okay with giving that up. First down and 10 because Dallas now has to hurry. They don't want to burn any of their timeouts. Back to pass Synergy. Synergy going middle. Caught by Morales. He is going to get in. What a play by Miles Morales. Touchdown Dallas. Fighting for the end zone. It's a 5-point game. Wow. What an effort by Morales. Stood up by Blake Chance and fought his way single-handedly into the end zone. And Dallas now will go for 2. And with still all 3 timeouts, they may not even necessarily have to onside kick. And Synergy going to try to sneak it, and he won't get there. And now Dallas almost has to onside kick as Houston makes a stand on the 2-point conversion. Yeah, you gotta kick an onside kick now. 1:37 on the clock. Dallas still has all 3 timeouts, and Houston may be without starting running back William Choice. Onside kick for Dallas. Pops up in the air, bobbling ball. It's alive and free, and Houston finally recovers at midfield. But Houston, in their inability to recover the onside kick at the first touch, will now need a first down or 2 to get into field goal range. That ball was literally laying on the turf for the taking. High formation, the handoff. Choice is still out of the game. That's a pickup of 3, and Dallas calls a timeout. The SFL postgame show is coming up next on the SFL Network. If you'd like to be a part of the postgame show, please send me a private message now on Discord, and we'll get you hooked up. If you are not friends with me on Discord, you'll need to accept that friend request before you can join the call. 2 timeouts for Dallas. It's 2nd down and 7. 8 in the box. Oh my goodness, Dallas just jumped offside. At home, Dallas has jumped offside 3 times. That is inexcusable.
Neutral zone infraction, number 92, defense.
That is absolutely inexcusable. That's Bumgarner again. Another guy that should get the axe. And now it's 2nd down and 2. Oh, that is rough. That is just rough for Dallas. Down to 2 timeouts. They cannot allow Houston to get this first down, because Houston will just take some knees and run out the clock. Don't jump offside again. 2nd down and short. Handoff on a counter. Dallas can't blow it up, and Houston's got a first down with the reserve running back. And that may be all she wrote for Dallas, who did not play their best football tonight, as Mark Pittman stepping up big in the final 2 minutes. And Bobby Law whiffed on the tackle. So let's do the math here. There is 1:22 left. I think Houston's going to be able to run the clock out. I don't think that we're going to have a scenario that Dallas has a chance, although it's going to be rather close. Victory formation for Houston. Timeout is taken, 1 second in. So Dallas is now out of timeouts. It is 2nd down and 11. A couple of knees, and I would imagine, although a field goal is, I would imagine, honestly, that Houston will take a couple of knees and just punt this ball and bleed the clock. It's going to be razor thin, but Dallas simply just did not have a sense of urgency offensively. Five seconds. So there is, with that snap, a 1 second differential between the game clock and play clock. And it is just not going to happen for Dallas. So Houston will elect a punt. The interesting thing about this is that if Jace Jefferson lets this go, the clock will likely run out. Houston will need to snap this punt, so they cannot allow for a block punt. That's also something to consider. Down to 5, down to 4, down to 3. Snap is clean. Nobody comes after it. The game is over. And Jefferson will try to return it from the 7. He will be tackled at the 10. And that is the ball game. Houston 17, Dallas 12 as the Hyenas play the Ruffnecks to perfection. Despite Dallas outgaining Houston's offense and being on the field for longer, it's the Hyenas who ultimately cashed in on their opportunities. The SFL postgame show is next. Houston moves to 2-0. Tonight's player of the game is Jamari Mito. 6 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. The SFL postgame show starts momentarily. Let us know if you'd like to be on the call, especially if you got to play today or coach today. Want to hear from you. With us to start is the man that called our first game of the day, Ivan Sanchez. Ivan, are you in the ice tub after that injury that you sustained earlier today on the field in Vancouver? Ivan, do I got you? No, sorry about that. We got some mic issues, so we'll solve those in a moment. If anyone else would like to join the
I think it
post-game
works.
show, feel free. Send us a Discord PM.
I think my mic is working now.
All righty. Yvonne's here with us. Yvonne, how you doing after that wild game earlier today?
Oh man, I was sweating through the whole entire game. Even after, I was drenched.
Yeah, I typically go with casual attire during play-by-play because it can get with all the technology on and with all the excitement, it can get pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, and for a first game, for my debut game I was calling, it was just an insane game, from start to finish. The Sioux Falls, Alaska game.
So let's talk about Houston, Dallas. If
All right.
Dallas makes 2 field goals, they win 18-17 with 6 made field goals.
Oh boy, yeah. Mistakes in general are killing teams this season so far, and especially I haven't seen a kicker miss 2 field goals like that, especially at the distance he missed them at. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, that was really rough for Dallas. A tough way to lose. Now they're 0-2. Now they'll take on a 2-0 team in Oklahoma City that has played the other 2 teams that are also 0-2. So how good is Oklahoma City? I'm sure will be a conversation for the podcast throughout the week. But a very strange game indeed. Alex Bond is also here on the call, I believe. Is that right?
Yep.
So Alex joined us for the SFL Today show earlier. What did you think about this Houston-Dallas clash? Definitely a lot more defensive than I think most people thought coming into the night.
Well, certainly was for me. I'm not sure how many of us looked into this game and said, oh, the combined total of the scores is going to be less than 30 points.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
This was just a terrible game for Dallas offensively. I'm just going to go out and say it. They just could not get anything rolling. At least Houston had a few nice spurts. That was partially set up by fantastic defensive play. But every time Dallas's defense gave them something great, they would go to the icy, the hot glare of the red zone, and they would just get melted.
Yeah, that was really the thing, because when you look at the stats, Dallas had 23 first downs and 398 total yards, and that honestly is not too bad of a night. They just could not put points up on the board. Their red zone numbers tonight, 3 trips in the red zone, 2 field goals, and a turnover. That's not going to get it done.
2 missed field goals. I mean, I know you've already talked about that, I'm sure, but
yeah. And
I feel like it could just be restated.
I think one of those missed field goals was in the red zone. One of them was outside, but even still, Houston only was 2 for 7 on third down. They never faced a third down when their offense was on the field. It was just a bizarre game. You don't often see a team only having 7 third down attempts. But that was the night for Houston. Matt Wilson, the quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, is now joining us on the call. How you doing, Matt?
Pretty close, but good. I was sweating for a while there, but we got the win, so happy about that.
Yeah, let's go back to the Aztecs and Vaqueros game, which was pretty close and, very close, really closest game of the year. And you sort of shook some cobwebs off after a game under 200 yards last week. Mexico City really started to air it out because San Antonio was doing a good job on Bentley.
I was audibling out of runs. Don't tell Ramos. He kept yelling around the ball. I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. We're going to do it.
Yikes.
I'm sure Orb Dad will have plenty to say about that in off-topic or otherwise. But yeah, Mexico City gets the win. You get to 2-0. And you guys go on the road and triumph, which is tough to do. San Antonio was big time ready for that game. Next week, Mexico City has another big game. Matt, do you know who you got next week? I'm actively
Sioux Falls.
Ooh, I'm actively looking that up now. Yeah, Sioux Falls
Whew.
at home.
That'll be a spicy one.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Mexico City plays 3 of their first 4 at home, and Sioux Falls is next week. So
Get the hot sauce extra hot for those guys.
yeah. I mean,
Extra spicy.
Sioux Falls comes to your house, and you guys get the opportunity. It's the first time that Sioux Falls will visit the Mexico City, I guess, name. Since they were in the Eastern Conference last year and you guys did not play cross conference. So did you get the chance, Matt, to watch any of Sioux Falls earlier today?
I did not. I'm going to check that out later, but I mean, judging by the score and the comeback, it's a scary team to play against. You got to limit your mistakes because they will bite you.
We're on the SFL post-game show with Alex Bond, Ivan Sanchez, and Matt Wilson. If anyone else wants to join, we'll pop you right in, and we are doing that right now as Maurice Spurgeon of the Chicago Wildcats will be on with us momentarily. While we wait for him to get on the call, I want to ask the 3 of you which game was most interesting. Actually, before we do that, Maurice is here. Maurice, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Chicago, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Chicago's 2-0, baby. They got a 44-20 win today against St. Louis, and your running game got going.
Yeah. I got to give credit to Dion for tweaking the playbook a little bit, but oh crap! It says my mic is echoing.
No, it sounds good on my end.
Sounds good on my end too.
Actually,
I think he's got the
it is
show
a
on
little
in the
bit.
background.
If you just mute the broadcast, Maurice, in the background, you'll be good.
Yeah, I did.
Cool. All right. Keep going. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, we just tweaked the playbook a little bit, and took some plays out that weren't working, put some plays in that we tested and that did work. But got to give credit to Dion for basically putting the team on his back, especially after a game where he got held in check. And E.T. King, he did have a good game. Only threw like one pick, and when he had to go deep, he went deep and he torched them. And shout out to Alex Zeli for going off as well.
So monster, yeah.
ET certainly phoned home today.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that is just killer. That was a pun for the ages. Maurice, your big game and James Klein or Shan Varner's big game, I would imagine, is when you guys get a chance to play Carolina again later this year. But E.T. King and A.J. Barnes have their big game coming up this next week at Tallahassee. So, what would that mean for you guys to go down there and get that win for?
Well, for me and Shan, it would be more revenge than anything else because if y'all remember, Tallahassee was a team Carolina faced in the playoffs, and they beat us bad. And we were so close to beating them twice during the regular season, but we just couldn't beat them. So for us to finally beat them after 3 tries would be really huge for me and Shan. And not only that, but
it's not the broadcast, it's the actual Discord echoing for him. He needs to turn on push talk.
Yeah, people can't see our chat, so,
okay.
Don't say it.
Oh, sorry.
Everyone's like, what is Alex talking about? Okay, while we try to clean up the minor audio issues, let's go around the room. I'm interested to know what caught people's eye around the league from a game that you weren't necessarily involved in. Alex, what was your most intriguing game today?
Man, that's a difficult question because there were just so many interesting stories today. From both running backs going down in the Legion Oklahoma City game, but Red Feather stepping up, to the overtime game and the comeback. But honestly, the one I found most interesting was the Mexico City Aztecs game. Just a great game to the end with the defenses slowly getting better. And then at the very end, Mexico City just comes out all all cylinders firing on that overtime possession. Just go straight down the field. Loved that game.
All right, Yvonne, what about you?
Well, I mean, I missed out on my own game, but I heard I got injured.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
heard it wasn't too bad, and Brewski got injured too, so I wasn't alone. But what caught my eye, though, the game that I wasn't involved in, one of the games I wasn't involved in, was actually the game that just happened now, Houston-Dallas. All the games earlier, actually, the Mexico City-San Antonio game was very interesting, seeing as it went to overtime. It shows that San Antonio is for real this year. They're playing for real, and they're going to be a tough opponent to go up against for a lot of teams. And then when you look at the Atlanta-Cleveland game, just shows that Cleveland is having some difficulties on defense to let up 62 points. It's just worse than St. Louis's defense last week against Queen City. And then when you look at St. Louis versus Chicago, St. Louis is kind of having the same old issues. And Chicago, though, I'm not discrediting Chicago. I think it's not more of St. Louis struggling. It's more of Chicago dominating. A lot of people probably didn't expect Chicago to come out starting the season a blaring like they did, but Chicago's got some real momentum going, and I think Chicago is going to be a formidable opponent for a lot of teams this season, and I would predict Chicago to make the playoffs.
I manually plugged in Damon Simeon into this conversation. You're 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a way to make an entrance. Good evening, Damon.
I'm sorry, man. I just came back and getting some Raisin Canes. You caught me with some lemonade in my mouth.
Victory meal?
Definitely. Had the family watching, my wife and my daughter. We were always here rooting on the Hyenas.
Oh, nicely done. Well, what did you think of your squad? Because your defense was lights out.
I think defense played outstanding, knowing that Dallas is a great high-powered passing team and that we was able to control them, pretty much of the game as far as how they converted, passes and get some turnovers, So defense played great. Game ball goes to defense side.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to your victory meal and enjoy that. We won't keep you too long.
Everybody, go out and get some Raisin Canes.
What are they, a new team sponsor? What's going on here?
Yes, sir.
New Houston uniforms has Raising Canes on the arms.
Just gonna change the team name. Raisin Cane Stadium.
Gotta go get those chicken tendies.
Oh man.
Hey, Hyena.
Gotta get some of that cane sauce. That's great.
All right. I'm really hungry, so let's cut this out. All right, Damon. Good looking out. Congrats on being 2-0, and we'll see you in primetime, I'm sure, it's for that San Antonio game next week.
All right, thanks.
Congrats.
All righty, Matt. What did you think was the most intriguing game today? Wilson?
Oh, sorry, I lost your audio. I didn't get to see many games, but I'll just say that kickers are people too. Cough, cough. We've got one, so yes. That's you missed two. That's heartbreak right there. That will cost you a game, and as we saw, it probably did.
I mean, it's one thing to miss a 47-yard field goal or 43 or whatever it was, but it's another to miss a 35-yard little chip shot from the right hash mark. For a right-footed kicker. That's unacceptable if I'm Dallas.
That's the guy who should be looking for a new job right there.
Yeah. All right, Maurice. Well, I know you got to catch out Chicago. Did you get to catch up or catch any other action from earlier games today? Maurice?
I think he's still having audio issues.
Or
trying to fix his mic.
Okay, no matter. If you want to be on the post-game call, make sure to get in right now. We're going to close it off here shortly after you've had your opportunities. So going into tomorrow night, Baltimore, Carolina, they don't want to be 0-2. I found it interesting today that teams that got off to a slow start in week 1 didn't really do themselves a favor in week 2. Cleveland St. Louis, Vancouver, San Antonio, although San Antonio did look much, much better. Even Dallas just had a tough time. The only game today that someone actually stepped up to the challenge was Sioux Falls, getting it done. And so Baltimore and Carolina, the loser, will join the bottom of the Eastern Conference, and that's tomorrow night. Maurice, you were a part of that. Well, if we have Maurice's audio up, get his thoughts on Baltimore and Carolina. But Alex, you're new to the league, but Baltimore and Carolina don't really care for each other. In fact, Andy Hamilton posted a photo earlier today. He's a member of the Vancouver Legion, but he's still digging out crab from the ocean. From the ocean. Let me revise. Alex, have any thoughts on Baltimore, Carolina?
Sorry. No. Well, that's brilliant analysis. I'm so no. Sorry, I said
oh, okay.
Get to cut out.
No.
Are you sure about that?
I get to cut out.
Strawberry, you're going the wrong way.
Strawberry, where are you going?
No, Strawberry.
I was really hoping that a pass intended for Strawberry would be intercepted, so I could say, and that's the Strawberry on top for Dallas.
Oh,
but it never, it didn't happen. So, oh well.
Well, it wouldn't be the SFL without puns. Anyway, Carolina, they just fell short last week to Atlanta, and so did Baltimore to Tallahassee. So I feel like both of these teams coming up to looking for redemption from what was a disappointing week a week ago. So I think both of these teams are going to come out. I'm going to try to get the ball rolling. Should be an interesting game.
All right, Maurice, who you got, Carolina or Baltimore? Carolina got them the last time, and it helped them into the playoffs. Does Baltimore get revenge, or are the Crabs still a little stuck?
See, that's a good question. I mean, I want to give – obviously, I'm going to root for Carolina because, that's my original team and everything. But they only scored 17 points last game. But to be fair, they didn't have Johnny English. And Carolina's performance really depends on how Johnny English does. Because we've all seen if Johnny English is having a decent game or if he's taking over the game, Carolina's chances of winning increase by a good amount. So really, to me, that game will predicate on how the running backs do. Because Sonzo Robinson, now that they're actually starting to give him carries, he's showing us what he can do when you give him a chance. So.
All right, good analysis there. It's definitely going to be a big game and a fun one to watch. Eric Vincent will be on the call for that tomorrow night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Yvonne, you got to see you got to see Sioux Falls in Alaska. You got to see Houston and Dallas, and we've got box scores from all the games already up on our website from earlier today. Give us a last word here on the post-game show so we can wrap this up and I can go get some dinner because Damon has got me really hungry now.
Yeah, you want those chicken tenders, don't you?
Or something.
Well, when you think you've seen it all in the SFL, you haven't. And if somebody just looked at the scores right there and saw Sioux Falls 38, Alaska 27, they're probably thinking, oh, Sioux Falls dominated the whole game. But when they click on the box score, the stats don't lie. They tell the true story. They tell the story of a team that was down 21-0, down and out, because their quarterback play, both teams' quarterback play was completely awful at the beginning of the game, but Sioux Falls just was getting the short end of the stick. But Sioux Falls refused to give up. That score before the half ended was crucial.
Yeah.
And then the pick six by Levy. And then the run by Clancy, that 70-yard run for the touchdown that put them ahead. And then that next pick six, I feel bad for Ron Cochran right there. There was nothing he could do once Sioux Falls defense decided to go on lockdown mode. And I guess the moral of the story is never count a team out.
Yeah, the momentum seriously got rolling, and Alaska's quarterback problems continue. And that could be, the difference between considering Alaska to be, a championship contender or somebody that's still, or a franchise that's still just trying to figure some things out. Dallas has their own problems. The Western Conference the Western Conference champion from last season is 0-2 after 2 home games, and they have another home game coming up this week against the undefeated Renegades. Can you imagine if Dallas starts 0-3 after 3 home games? That is a vicious road to climb. What'd you say, Matt?
I would never have thought it, but they're having some of the problems that we had, except they have no running back, which is why we added one, is that when they get into the red zone, they just stall. That's the problem we had last year. So I hope they get that situation figured out because it is an issue.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they give McQueen. McQueen does not have any carries this year. He's a little bit more involved in the passing game, but we'll see if they try to get him involved a little bit more because he showed flashes of being a pretty good ball carrier tonight. But is Dallas going to put that faith in there this week against OKC, or are they going to just get back to the drawing board and really work on their pass game? Shabazz Synergy's final numbers tonight: 33 of 47, 351 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. It doesn't look half bad in the box score, but we all know what the big problems were for Dallas tonight, and that's why they're 0-2. I'd like to go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, that 1 touchdown pass Shabazz had, though, that was such a great play.
Oh, it was beautiful.
I loved that.
He got pounded again and again and again. And
he from the 2-yard line.
I mean, over a season, that's going to have some problems, and he might be hurting or hurt eventually.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out for Dallas, and if Dallas may be regretting going in a different direction after making it all the way to the championship last year and electing to mix some things up, whereas Queen City decided to sort of keep things the same, and they got a big win in week 1. I'd like to thank Alex Bond. Did you have a final word, Maurice?
Yeah, I was going to say, now that you mentioned it, Matt, when you were talking about how they were having, I guess, the running back problems, I remember a few seasons, Cam, when you were talking about how they're going to kind of be in trouble if their QB gets injured. I remember a few seasons ago when Minneapolis was playing Santa Fe, and it was a close game for the most part until McWavy got injured, and then Santa Fe just ran all over them.
And they were relying a lot more on the screen game, where Dallas is not. So it's even a bigger problem for them if their quarterback goes down.
Yeah, it's just like, I think the thing is, in the SFL, you have to have balance. So, hopefully, I know, everyone here knows Stephen Molnax. They know he'll find a way. But that no-star running back really, really puts a lot of stress on the rookie QB. So we'll see if they can get that figured out or not. Not doubting if Stephen will.
Yeah, well, Dallas is definitely a team that's in it all the time. Alex?
Well, there's kind of a semi-forced balance in the SFL, because you can tell one of the issues with Dallas is the fact that 25% of your playbook has to be run plays. So the solution that it seems that they've kind of come up with is, well, we're just going to use these draw plays. And what's funny is that the draw plays haven't done too bad. It's just that when you get that close in the red zone to the goal line, the AI, I think, is thinking about, or the offensive coordinator wants to run the ball, and all he's given is these draw plays.
Well, and
that's why
I'm sure they're throwing majority % of the time. So when you're in that red zone, you're gonna be throwing the ball a lot. You don't have a lot of room out there when you're inside the 10. So you're gonna get some picks, deflections, yada yada yada. So it's tough. You've got to. I mean, even a silver running back might have helped them, but anyway, it's just having no running back at all is going to be interesting the rest of the way.
Oh, it's fascinating. Dallas, no star running back, 0-2. St. Louis, no star wide receivers, 0-2. The unbalanced teams have had a little bit of a challenge, at least in the early going, getting things together. But to be fair, these unique schemes take a little bit longer to get moving. It's not that they can't be successful. It's just that, you're a little bit behind the 8 ball in game planning and preparing and really trying to figure out how your system works. And it'll be interesting to see sort of who gets there first. Will St. Louis or Dallas figure out their very, very unique offensive skills and strategy to get that first win? Anyone have an opinion who's going to get their first win, St. Louis or Dallas first?
I think it's going to come from Dallas.
St. Louis.
Because
2 for Dallas and 1 for St. Louis. Maurice?
I have to say Dallas, just because of their defense. I mean, even though, they got ran on a little bit today, Dallas's defense has done a better job of stopping teams this season than St. Louis. Nothing against St. Louis. That's just me from that.
Even though, interestingly enough, St. Louis's build is supposed to be this defensive build, I feel like the reason I picked Dallas is because I think that they have more experience, I believe, don't they?
Well, and their defense is playing much better than St. Louis has been playing.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So, St. Louis's staff is still trying to kind of figure out, you can almost say trial by fire and just trying to learn it out. But I wouldn't be surprised if either of the teams have kind of a weak season and then they both come out firing on all cylinders next season after they've kind of figured out these unique schemes.
I wouldn't write Dallas off. Yeah, I mean, for all we know, they win 6 in a row. We did something similar last year, so don't count them out by a long shot. I'm still scared of them.
Yeah, I think
Dallas was a rough
Mexico
stretch,
City
though.
was 1-5 last year, made the playoffs.
Correct.
Yep.
I mean, Queen City was 6-6 when they hit the playoffs.
6
That is
6
true.
or 7-5. It was definitely. I get it confused because the season before that they also were like around 500 and they got bounced by Louisville. But yeah, the Queen City is known for getting hot late and it being the difference, and it most certainly could happen to any team in the SFL. And I think that's the lesson from today is, a lot of teams may still not have their first win, but we've seen teams figure things out, and all it takes is for someone to crack the code any random week, and they're a much better team than they were. So we'll see who that is week 3 and the rest of week 2. We're going to wrap up the post-game show there. For Maurice Spurgeon of Chicago, Matt Wilson of Mexico City, Yvonne of Vancouver, and Alex of Tallahassee, thank you guys all for being here on the post-game tonight.
My pleasure.
And we will see you guys tomorrow. Eric Vincent is on the call in Baltimore and Carolina. Houston and Dallas was our game of the week tonight, and it was a good one. Lived up to the billing in a way that we may not have expected, but the defensive battle ended up in Houston's favor. Your final score tonight, once again, Houston 17 and Dallas 12. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, and this has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League from Ruffnecks Oil Field in Dallas, Texas, and our headquarters in Denver. Good night, everybody, and visit simulationfl.net for all of your box scores and game updates.